connect to the real world while learning in a smarter way. So last time we did see a two-way switch, and then we called one of the switches which makes it on as a ground floor switch, and the top one is a top floor switch. For that, this is the diagram we referred, and we also have seen how to make a bulb on through a JSP, right? I am going to go a little deep on the first JSP which we built, how we built, because I got a feedback that, that the problem which we resolved needs to be, split into some more smaller problems to understand the concepts behind that. Let's go back to the beans.xml and start seeing the diagram once again. How can I make the font? Increase the font. Okay, we come back here to see the beans.xml, which we're talking about. And let's see in detail about this now. I couldn't explain last time what exactly is the purpose of ref local. Explain what ref local means, but I did not explain why is it needed in this exercise. So let's revisit what we're talking about. If you remember from the video that we are wiring the ground floor switch, right? In order for me to be very clear, let's observe the video once more.
और सेंटर के टर्मिनल में और इधर हम ये फेज वाली बल्ब होल्डर वाली.
Yeah, so he's telling very clearly, right? This is your ground floor switch, and bulb, this is your bulb holder where your bulb is going to sit. You're wiring the ground floor switch to the bulb. How do you express this in terms of wiring? You're just connecting the phase wiring to the bulb. But how do I express it here? The way I express it here, or the way I connect here, physically connect here, is I refer the ground floor switch beam. Hope this makes you very clear that what exactly we mean by ref local. That is, I am literally pulling the wire of ground floor switch and connecting it to the holder of the bulb, or the bulb, right? This is what it means. Now let's go back and find out from the bulb.jsp how we are going to exactly work on this. So I'm going to go here, and then your electrical load circuit, right? This one, if you observe in the bulb controller. Let's not go to bulb controller so quickly. Let's go to bulb.jsp. So in the bulb.jsp, which is there in the web app, if I decide to get something onto this GSP from a backing bean, I'm just repeating what I said. If I need to get something on the GSP from the backing bean, how do I make it possible? As per our model view controller, let's revisit the diagram. So in the model view controller, we have a front controller, we have a master controller, and we have view. Now, what we are going to do is that we are going to put something, a model inside the controller. We are going to prepare a model inside the controller, transfer the value of this model to the view, which is our JSP. How we are going to achieve this? So you see that this is a JSP wherein we have a dollar value, right? So let's visit the JSP. And then it will make sense to you of what I'm telling. So bulb details. Now you see the right side value, right? How do I make it possible for the bulb, the right side value here, to become true or false? I need to prepare a model inside the controller. But first, let's see that if I set something inside the controller, will I be able to make it on or off? So let's visit this, our bulb controller now. And then you do see that. Let's see if I have a bulb controller here. Okay. Here's my bulb controller. And what I am doing here, I am passing a model here to the request mapping of bulb details. And I am setting a model attribute known as status. And then what I'm doing is that I'm adding an attribute status inside my controller. This is what I am doing here. What I am doing is that the moment I make this status as true, this value will get reflected here, right? So far so good. What we did here is that in order for us to hit a JSP, we were listening to a URL, and then we introduced a model here, and then using a model, we introduced a variable status, which we are reflecting as dollar status in our JSP, which is here, right? Then as soon as I make this true in bulb controller, this particular value is getting transferred to the JSP. So far so good. I'm going to revise once again what I said. In the bulb.jsp, you see the value bulb status here. It is this value, dollar status, which will get the value from the model. And as soon as it gets the value from the model, it will become false or true, which is from the bulb controller. So now I made the bulb control status as true, right? So that is why it is showing as true. Let's make this false. Okay, now I made this false. And then what I'm going to do is I am going to recompile this. Here we come. We are starting the controller, right? I made the value as false from true. Let us see what's reflected in the JSP. Yes, it's reflected false. That means using a model, I'm able to transfer a value from my controller to the JSP. That is what this diagram says. Now, things are easy, right? What is happening is that inside this controller, if I'm able to get the status of ground floor switch, when I make it on, that is when I make ground floor status switch as true, then I'll be able to reflect the status inside the bulb, which means whatever is the value of this backing bean, which we call as ground floor switch bean, if I'm able to take this to the JSP, then my job is done. So this is what a deep understanding of how do I set the value of the bulb status on or off using the model and then the backing bean of ground floor switch was needed to show you how we are going to control. And in my previous episode, I have also shown you how do you use a post mapping to transfer the value of switch, ground floor switch clicked into inside the controller and then put the value to status. We will continue further. As I said, that we'll get the top floor switch also. We'll use a similar concept.